But I'll be honest, I love it. I absolutely love it right now. Hello and welcome to DumbphonesUK. My name is Joseph. I look at dumb or dumber devices on the UK market, and today we're not even looking at a dumb device. Whisper it quietly, people won't be happy. We're looking at the Titan 2. This is a physical keyboard phone from Unihertz. It's massive. It's just arrived in the UK, and I could not be more excited to be looking at a device with a physical keyboard. Oh. We're going to have a lovely old time unboxing this together. As you all like to know how much things cost, this cost me £207 and I backed it on Kickstarter before it even existed, when it was a concept. I backed it back in June, I believe the 26th of June, 24th of June? I backed it in late June, and it's now November. This device runs Android 15 and Unihertz have promised to support it up to Android 17, and for people who are worried about security patches and things, hopefully that allays some of those fears. The device itself is an absolute unit. I'm assuming the battery is going to be absolutely wonderful on this device, but I could only report that back after I've been using it for a little bit of time. And I'm a big fan of Unihertz and the fact that they're trying to bring back different types of phones. That's an exciting thing for a company to be trying to do, and I do support that. That's why I always buy them on Kickstarter, and I always pledge, and I always try my best to support them if I like the product they're about to produce. We're going to have a look together. So strap in. It's an exciting one. Please do like, please do subscribe to the channel. I'll continue to bring you more and more devices. That sounds like a good deal to me. Feels like a good deal for you as well. It all helps so much if you just click that button down there, so please do. Here we go, designed by Unihertz. We have our SIM card adapter here. Oh, great. So we have a little user guide. We're not going to spend much time on that. We have our warranty, an additional screen protector. That's nice. And we also have a case as well. This is going to be a chunky phone. Look at that back bit. And there we have the device. Pull this up. That is heavy, but I don't mind it. We're going to come back to this in 1 second. Within here as well, we have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. We also have a USB-C to connect your headphones up, an adapter, and we also have a UK specific plug as well. Nice. Okay, great. Here we have the device, and as you can see on the device itself, we have our physical keyboard down here. We also have stuff just talking us through the receiver, and as you go round we can see other stuff is listed, so the volume keys on the side, our USB ports, our SIM card trays, our microphone, speakers. So let's take this off. Wow, this is absolutely huge as a device. It's heavy as a device as well. Just the first thoughts. So this leather back, interesting. You can see sort of, I wouldn't say that I have particularly sweaty hands, but you can see that it's sort of picking up that. Don't mind the logo. This back screen and clock I'm interested in. It's not a feature that I think I'm going to be using that often. Feels like a bit of a gimmick to me, but we'll find that out. I have got a BlackBerry Passport here, white BlackBerry Passport. So this is, you can see, slightly smaller than the device. Not by a huge amount actually. In terms of screen real estate, the Titan has a slightly bigger screen. It obviously has this keyboard, this additional part of the keyboard here. In terms of thickness, the Titan is definitely a little bit thicker than the BlackBerry device. With the minimal device there, you'll actually see that is bigger than the Titan, as long as I make sure it's lined up properly. That is slightly bigger than the Titan, and it's slightly thinner. It's interesting because I would have considered this device to be much smaller. I also would have considered this device to have been much smaller as well, and while it is a bit smaller, not by a lot. The minimal is coming in at 167 grams. Passport is coming in at 195 grams. Titan 2 is coming in at 245 grams. So this one is definitely heavier. We're going to attempt to turn this device on. just use this key on the side here. So we're going to go through and set this up. So the SIM card tray actually has a slot on both sides. It has a slot on the top side and the bottom side. And you can see there's a tiny little number here. 1 and 2. So I'm going to put my SIM in slot 1 into the device. So here we go. Let's try and wake this up again. And we're going to connect this to Wi-Fi. So we're connected to Wi-Fi. We have a SIM in this device. We can see that it currently has 69% battery. So while this phone is getting ready, we're going to have a look at the leather holster. This is the leather holster that came with my order. I did order it, I paid for it. There is another screen protector in there. Let's protect that screen. And this is our leather holster. It's got a clip for our belt. Can you imagine? And then we also have a little bit of foam in there, showing what the device would be like. But actually, we have the device here, so let's pop that in. Nice little magnet on that. Nice little belt strap. I mean, it's big. It's absolutely massive, but a nice thing to have. I've entered my Google account information. It's asking me to set up a PIN, so let's set it up now. Interesting that I'm having to use, or it wants me to, on the default keyboard, it wants me to use this screen to type in numbers when I obviously have a physical keyboard for that. It wants me to set up my fingerprint, so let's do that now. So the fingerprint sensor is here. So I am just touching my thumb to this fingerprint sensor and it's slowly making progress. I never understand how this works. It's magic, isn't it? I don't want to run the Hey Google or the AI on this, so I'm going to click no thanks. And I'm also going to skip card payments for the moment. That's something that will come later. So this phone is now configuring itself, setting itself up, and it really didn't take long. Do a new text note just to test it. So I've got to get used to the shift key being up here. Ooh, up in there then. Is that something I did? This keyboard, the B is after the space bar, which is very interesting, and that's something that I need to get used to. But also the shift up here is interesting. So we're just going to have a little type. And bear in mind that I've got a camera here, so I'm sort of, my arms are around like this. So this isn't, I guess, how I would type normally. From DumbphonesUK, testing out. The physical. I'm also only just slowly understanding and realizing, because this is my first time using this as well, that it actually gives predicted text in quite big font. You wouldn't be able to do anything secret on this device, would you? It's absolutely massive. So what I'm trying to do is type the number 2. So I tried by just holding down this key, the E key. What that did is that just capitalized it and gave me a list of accented letters, which is not what I'm after. So I'm going to delete that. I would imagine what I might need to do is click symbol, then 2. No, we're going to have to learn. Alt. Maybe it's an Alt situation on our hands. Alt 2. Perfect. So it's going to take a bit of getting used to. Having this shift key up here is interesting, and having the Alt key over here. But other than that, I don't hate it. If you drag down from the center, it drags down the full palette. I can turn the brightness of this device up. I can turn it all the way down, and I can change a lot of different things. You can see that I've got lots of options. I can turn the flashlight on there. That's how we do that. However, if I want to see the notifications, you drag down on the left over here, and then that shows you this side of things. We're going to have a look at the display. This display is exciting. So the backlight is currently on, and the brightness of the backlight of the keyboard. Let me turn that down so you can see that's barely on. You can see that is on full. I'd quite like to have it on full, and I'd quite like it on for longer than 5 seconds, so I'm going to put it to 10 seconds. So I'm in the settings. I've gone to, at the bottom, onto gestures, and I'm going to keyboard gesture, and within keyboard gesture I'm going to go to scroll assist. So I would like to turn this on, so that makes this a tactile keyboard, something that was wonderful on Blackberries. So you can turn off and on which apps that's relevant for. I can use the keyboard to actually select. Combination of using this to scroll, you can also use this to select. So let me try and find. So there are going to be examples where you accidentally click something that you didn't want to click. So I didn't want to click that. I was trying to scroll up, but it's opened it. That's something that I need to learn. This is something that I need to take my time doing. So here we go again. If I sort of hover over this video, I'm going to click. That selects the video. I haven't worked out what back is yet, so I am just using the physical back key. So I'm going back with this. I do like that as an option. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the camera on this device. I'm going to take a photo of this BlackBerry device that I have. And I'm also going to take a video of it. You'll see these videos placed into the main video now, and you can see both what they look like and what they sound like, and I've not edited the audio. You'll see these videos placed into the main video now, and you can see both what they look like and what they sound like, and I've not edited the audio. What I'm also going to do as well is I'm going to flip that camera around. You can see me here filming, and you'll see me chatting to the camera here. This is me filming this device. Isn't it like Inception? Anyway, I actually think the camera is quite good looking at it. Let me just see whether I can zoom in. So one moment, please. Well, that is too close, isn't it? So yes, you are able to zoom in. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, don't mind that. And you'll see me chatting to the camera here. This is me filming this device. Isn't it like Inception? Anyway, I actually think the camera is quite good looking at it. Let me just see whether I can zoom in. So one moment, please. Well, that is too close, isn't it? So yes, you are able to zoom in. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, don't mind that. This is our volume rocker. So we're turning this all the way up, all the way down. This is our button to lock it and our fingerprint sensor. And we've had two programmable buttons here on the side. So these are currently not programmed. If we hop into settings, within settings, you go down to shortcut keys, and then we have our keys here. So we have function key 1, function key 2. I'm going to set my function key 1 to my home button. So I'm hopping in here, selecting home key, coming out of here. And so my function 1 key, which is this one, should now take me home. Perfect. And then function 2 key, I can set different settings with this. So on a short press, I would like this to open the camera. So I'm going to hop in and I'm going to click camera. Click this. Short press opens my camera, which is perfect. I'm going to go to shortcut keys in settings. Within shortcut keys, we're actually going to scroll down and we're going to set some letter keys. Instead of having to go and find an app, I can actually set all of these different keys. I can set them all to a specific app. So let's say that I would like to set the C key. I would like to set a long press on the C key to open Google Chrome. So what we should find is if I hold C, it opens Google Chrome. Haven't looked at this back screen at all. This back screen is currently showing the time, but I believe you can set which apps appear on this back screen. So currently, by default, you have media, you have the time, and then you have location, camera, and brightness. I wonder what I can do with this. Oh, this is the brightness of this particular screen. There we go. So within subscreen settings, I can set a screen timeout. It does it after 15 seconds. I can set a different clock. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select notifications, select which apps show notifications. I've just enabled Pocket Cast, so that should allow us to do what we're trying to do. So let me hop in here. I'm going to go back a bit, play. This is now playing. Turn it over, double tap. There's my clock. Okay, we've still not got it. I'm going to select other apps that can be launched on the subscreen. Okay, and I'm going to select Pocket Casts from here. I'm hoping this is the final thing that I have to do. Back into Pocket Casts. We are going to go back again so I don't miss this podcast. I'm going to play, lock it, turn it over. Oh, it still doesn't have permissions. So I can access it this way, but this is like a stripped down version of how it works. I don't love that. I mean, it's doable. I'd quite like to have it in this specific part here. Settings, notifications. Notifications control page. Sub display launcher. Okay, so we're allowing settings on the sub display launcher, which now potentially means, have we finally found it? Let's try this one more time. Pause, turn over, double tap. There we go, we finally got it working. So I can now pause my podcast, play my podcast without having to go onto this itself. There we have it. That was the unboxing of the Titan 2. This is an absolute beast of a phone. It's huge. I've got quite big hands and it's big. That's me holding it. But I'll be honest, I love it. I absolutely love it right now. I have got so much to learn with this device. As you could tell from that video, just me trying to figure out how to get this little guy working took time. But we got to a point where we got some stuff working on it, and now I know how to add stuff as I want to. I've got so many things that I want to do with this keyboard right now. All I've got set up is settings over here, and then I've got a couple of customizable keys. I can hop to my camera there. I can hop back home. I've also got Chrome set up, I believe, on the C key. But you can see how that is going to be super, super useful. Also the fact that it's a tactile keyboard. Lovely. You can tell I'm excited by this device. And sure, it might not be a dumb phone, but one thing it is, it's a very different phone. And I'll be completely honest, I'm a sucker for a physical keyboard. Oh, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this for a month as my daily driver, and then I can do a long, in-depth, so long it's going to bore most people, but not you. You're going to be interested in how I find this device after a month, so I will come back to you. As ever, with anything, if you have any questions, anything you want me to try, pop it below. Please like, please subscribe. I do all this because, one, I love these devices. I love testing out different types of tech, but also it's really important for people to know that there are other types of devices out there. I'm going to spend a lot of time setting this one up. Ideally, not to spend loads of time on the device, but I want to get it set up so it suits what I need. This is going to be a conversation starter.